Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back, and it is time for another Starcraft 2 1 vs 1 replay cast. We are on the map Pillars of Gold today, and it's gonna be a good old Korean versus Korean match, the best of the best. And we have got none other than Zest in the top right-hand side of the map, playing for Raise Your Edge Gaming. Zest, the chiseled Korean Protoss player who is just so darn good at StarCraft 2. He kind of has a distinct play style in a sense. He plays more freely, I'd say, than a lot of other Protoss players do. And yeah, we'll see how he's gonna do against Dreamy Boy. Dream has the clan tag that's GGGSC2. I'm pretty sure he's on Brave Star Gaming, though, I want to say. Maybe that's changed in recent times, but yeah. We see an SCV moving across the map. Zest's probe immediately turns around and starts chasing Dream's SCV. Is this a mistake by Zest? No, it can't be. He's selected that probe. Interesting how he decides to follow the SCV all the way home. Just Protoss players these days really paranoid of eBay blocks. And so we see the meta has already developed in which probes are already pulled down in order to prevent an eBay block situation. And that really was just inevitable for a matter of time. Terrans didn't eBay block for a long time, so then basically Protoss became not used to stopping it, so Terrans started doing it, and it was good. Even in my own ladder games recently, I've noticed Protoss are getting a lot better, or a lot quicker, at dealing with those engineering bay blocks. Now we take a look here. There is a reactor on the way for Dream. So he's going for that factory reactor before Command Center. The one gas play seems to be a very good build in TvP at the minute. And I honestly am a big advocate for it. Now, interestingly enough, Dream is electing to move out with his first Marine. I guess this is just to look for a proxy, look for a probe. And yeah, then just goes for the Command Center after the fact. So pretty usual play from the Terran, all the while Zest is just going to be getting up his Stalker, chrono boosting that out, and then probably a Robo. No, it's going to be a Twilight, right? Stargate? Stargate. Yeah, the gas, the only Protoss building that costs that much gas that you can get right away is the Stargate. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button on this video if you have not already. Liking the video goes a long way to helping out the channel. And if we can hit, oh gosh, let's aim for 35 likes on this video. That would be absolutely amazing. And of course, if you haven't, join the Discord, come hang out. And subscribe, join the Bell Gang. You know all the plugs at this point if you tune into these videos regularly. Now, we see Zest, he's throwing up an extra gateway, he's got the Stargate on the way. I do like the Stargate as a response to this kind of cheese by Dream. Although that's kind of the strength of this opening that Dream's gone for. It's a Hellion drop. However, it's not exactly a cheese, right? Because he's got a Command Center on the way, about to finish up. The Terran's economy does rather well, considering the situation. So it's sort of like a less committed cheese. And Dream will need to get some damage done this game. I mean, he's down 10 workers compared to the Protoss player. So yeah, really needs to get, I'd say, at least 5 workers or so. I'm not sure what the accepted amount is at this point in the game, but it usually is probably around 5 to even things up, to bring things within, oh my gosh, we're definitely going to be seeing at least those 5. Zest not reacting to this very quickly. Going to lose 11 probes already, make that 12. 3 Hellions still remain in his base doing, oh gosh, the Hellion's going to be getting more shots off. That's going to be so many dead probes this game. Oh gosh. What a probe massacre. Of course, while this is going on, the Oracle's counterattacking, but this is 18 dead probes. The SCVs for Dream have to run away for a little bit. I mean, he's lost 4, but Zest has got a long way to go to come back to this. Okay, he's gonna get 5, gonna get 6, but still, that is disastrous. We are in a 24 against 24 workers situation. Zest right now is just electing to counterattack. Now, maybe he can get something done, but I'm not too sure, seeing as how there's a Medivac to support these Marines, and a Cyclone has now popped out for the Terran players. So the Cyclone locks on, that's going to be 1 dead unit. Dream lifts up those Marines, loads them into the Medivac to keep them alive. course, the Medivac will do an incredible job of that. Cyclone locks onto one of those Stalkers. That's a guaranteed kill right there. Not quite actually getting the kill, though. And, oh, the Medivac gets picked off. Zest showing some really, really great micros. He gets the Medivac and the Cyclone. That Stalker didn't actually die to the Cyclone, as that was just really, really well done there. Great scan by Dream, kills the Oracle that was hiding on the high ground. He's got a Viking on the way, a tank on the way. So this should be enough to end the push of Zest, but I do like what Zest is doing here. Gonna be picking off some more SCVs. He knows he needs to even this up and get some more damage, as the worker count is just within throwing distance. One tank is out, another tank's on the way out for Dream. He's got a second Rax on the way, and he should be fine in this game. Zest did commit quite a bit to getting out the Blink, and he did get some counter damage done, but I'm not sure it's been enough yet. The Viking's gonna land to help push these Stalkers away, and they do indeed get pushed away. Dream now just needs to hold the top of that ramp. He's got another Medivac on the way. He's got his third barracks on the way, and tank production is just starting to roll on out. So yeah, Dream in a rather good position. Zest has just thrown up a third base, but make no mistake, like, I was talking about 5 probes would be a good amount for Dream to get, but Zest really wasn't prepared for that, and he lost 18 in total. Focusing on the counterattack, he had sent the Oracle across the map, and that resulted really just in free reign for those Hellions. And now we see Dream's production tab just exploding. He's got Stim on the way, Marauders, and eBay. And just going to be a very strong 2-basing Terran for now. We'll see if he's going to throw up a third base or not, or just go totally balls to the wall with an attack. For now, though, Zest is kind of just comfortably sitting back at home. Well, uncomfortably, I mean, in a sense. He's chrono boosted out a lot of probes. That's one of the strengths of Protoss. Replace those workers, keep that Nexus energy low. Just dump out chrono as soon as you can, Zest. And then he's going to have Blink. But beyond that, that's where it becomes a little bit concerning for the Protoss player. As, I mean, he's going to be going up against a Terran who will have a decent chunk of Bio, Stim, Medivacs, the whole 9 yards. And that's where it becomes really problematic, because there's got to be some give, right? In Zest, he's got up to a very healthy worker count, or a very alright worker count. But as a result, we see he doesn't have like a Robo up yet. He's just starting up Charge now, and he's getting up a Templar Archives, but that's still going to leave some vulnerability in his position. He's got a Viking waiting outside his base looking for some counter damage. The shield battery is in a good spot to deal with this potentially. But now look at this. Dream going to be moving out on the map. He's going to have Stim in about 10 seconds. The Marines and tanks are starting to push out, so Zest will get some good pick-off. Killing off a few Marines, whittling down that count is good. And he is doing a great job targeting down those Marines. But this push is starting to come across the map. We take a look at the army supply. It's currently 28 to 51 for Zest. Zest is going to need to get off a big warp, and he's throwing up a shield battery at his third base, it looks like, but it's still not going to be easy to hold on, as, I mean, he's just too far away from charge, it seems. It's going to be about 50 seconds. A lot can happen in 50 seconds in a game of StarCraft 2, so we see Zest trying to buy more time with his Stalkers. He has picked off a good number of the Terran's units. However, now the tanks are going to get set up by his Cybercore, by his Stargate. Going to start shelling away on some of these buildings. This is Dream not going necessarily for direct attack, but he's going to get some pickoffs at least here. Charge is going to be finishing up for Zest. He does have Zealots waiting towards the left-hand side of his base. A drop's now going towards his third. He should be able to react with the Zealots to get on top. This Charge is now finished up. Widowmine's going to burrow, though, kill off some probes. This attack going in here with the tanks, with the Medivac elevator there, is giving the Protoss player some more grief. Dream's got a third base on the way now, but Zest is still holding on. He's doing a good job of that. Marines on the low ground are helping just shell away at these units. The Stalkers blink forward. Both the tanks do get picked off, however, and the Stalkers retreat to a shield battery. All the while, the drop at the third base was defended, so Zest is staying alive. He's definitely not in a comfortable position, still down on supply compared to the Terran, but he's hanging in there. We see 2 Archons now morphing. That's a lot of the muscle that the Protoss player needs to stay alive in this game. And look at this, Dream just getting pushed away once again. Maybe if Dream consolidates, though, he'll be able to make a good play. Widowmines are going to burrow and unburrow, very importantly, by Dream. Reburrowing those at the third base, trying to get some good mine shots off. Not getting too much damage done, though. And Zest is holding on. Man, the tenacity of Zest this game, staying alive. This is not an easy position for a Protoss player to hold on, but Zest is doing it. He's staying alive. He's even got a counter gateway going up on the other side of the map. This could lead to some potential counterattack. Zest boldly with his stalkers out on the map, looking for any pickoff he can get. Now just retreating to his third base, though, as he does have to respect the bio due to his lack of AoE. He's got the Archons, which are, of course, very good, and he's got the good micro, but you do need some AoE against Terran, otherwise your life just gets very hard as the Protoss, and we have yet to see any of that AoE for Zest. I mean, he's been holding on for 10 minutes, but I'm not sure if he can hold on any longer. Archons are being healed by the shield batteries. And they're not really just taking any damage, so Dream's got to be careful about bleeding off too much against this force, but even if Dream doesn't kill Zest at the minute, I'm still rather confident in his position, as, I mean, we just look at it, and he's just down on supply. Dream's kiting endlessly against this Protoss force, and there's no Psy Storm or anything like that, so where do you go from here as Zest? I mean, he's got Zealots that are warping in, maybe going to be looking for a surround on this bio, but this is where we're going to see the play. It's going to be a counterattack with all these Zealots heading towards Dream's natural, and this could get some really good damage done. Potentially the third, the natural, all taking some damage. The production of Dream not quite enough to deal with this, and this is going to buy Zest time as Dream turns around. The Terran, though, still in a very commanding position, but Zest is staying alive in this game. He just pulled Dream back, bought himself a little bit of time, but if we look at the production tab, there's still nothing for Zest. There's no Robo up. It's just starting now. Psystorm hasn't even been started. Zest just playing with a gateway composition. Well, in a very Zest fashion, but it's still hard to make work. But if anyone can do it, it's going to be Zest. Okay, the Zealots counterattacking once again, picking off a Ghost, picking off a Marine. That's nice. Zealots hitting the third, hitting the natural. Dream's being pulled apart once again. This gateway has proved super critical in this game. Another shield battery overcharge gets used in order to keep these Archons going. Looks like Zest trying to engage this force. I mean, his Zealot buffer is gone for this. Stalkers blink forward very boldly, but he does have to retreat to his shield battery, warping in Zealots to try and help out against this army. The Terran player on his side of the map, however, has lost 20 SCVs. The economy of Dream being hammered by Zest, and all of a sudden the overall supply is looking very, very even. Zest's going to lose a Stalker or two, but compared to his situation in the majority of this game, I wouldn't say things are looking too bad for Zest. Zealots and Stalkers coming forward. The Marauders are going to be getting picked off by the Stalkers. Excellent target fire by Zest, getting the Ghosts as well during this. Beautiful, beautiful play by Zest. I'm not saying that Dream's done just yet, but he has taken, or Zest has taken the steps to come back in this game. Yet another big Zealot warp in. Moving across the map, moving towards the third base. I'm not sure Dream can take too much more economic damage. That Ghost goes down without using an EMP. And Dream by now should have come to his senses regarding dealing with this base. The SCVs are trying to run away. 5 more go down. Zest is buying himself time in this game. He's warping an 8 High Templar for 4 Archons. He has got a 4th base on the way, despite being down on bases this game for a while since Dream got up the quicker 4th. But man, Zest is playing just an incredible game. It's just hard to state how good Zest is doing. Like, if you ever try and play Protoss in a game of StarCraft 2, you'll say, okay, I need Colossus, I need High Templar, Disruptors, in order to have the economy going that I need, because it's just too difficult to play against Terran. But Zest's constant counterattacks have been key this game. We see a Marine run out for Dream. It's going to run into all these Zealots, but now all of a sudden he's going to have to split his army against this. Zest is coming in for an attack, and he may be able to break Dream here. Supply is rather even, 70 to 80 here. Zest catching Dream's army. Split up EMPs are going to go down, hit the Archons, pretty much remove them from the equation. The army of Dream is coming on in to reinforce this. However, then we take a look. Zealots hitting the 4th base while this is going on. Dream still down on workers. And oh my gosh, Zest is playing an incredible game. 6 more SCVs have died. Zest out on the map with his Stalkers. I mean, the numbers aren't looking that good for Dream, so Zest can get these good pickoffs with the Stalkers. Observers are getting picked off. That's a nice scan by Dream to deal with that. Zest's positioning is going to be a little bit more difficult now. But, I mean, the Protoss player's up on 4 bases, 60 probes, chugging along. Dream still just trying to churn out as many Ghosts as he can. Another Ghost potentially could get picked off here. He's got to be so careful with these forces. There's another counterattack looking to hit the 4th base. Dream trying to get that SCV count back up, continuously making ghosts, knowing that EMP is just so darn good against Protoss, but Zest with his just stalkers able to get incredible pickoffs this game. We see the stalkers coming forward once again. They might eat an EMP, and they do. That makes the Zest have to micro all the harder, but now we see Zest is starting to take his first steps into this game, which will better his position, better his units, plus to attack on the way. He's now adding an Immortal to his composition, adding in Robo, an extra Robo and a Robo Bay, and now we see Zest just charging forward on Dream's side of the map. Dream has just not been able to split his army adequately enough to deal with all the counterattacks, to deal with all the pokes and prods by Zest this game, and Zest's position, it's just getting better and better. Look at this, Dream down 20 supply. This is why people say Zest is best. Dream scans that base to the top left. He says, okay, I need to do something about that, so he's got a single drop moving up towards the left. Zest will not intercept that with those zealots, so this could get some good damage done by Dream. He needs to get some damage done with this, as he has been unsuccessful this entire game. We see this drop now starting to hit this base. Zest does have units at his third he can use to deal with this. SCVs are running away from this location. A recall is actually used to pick off this Medivac, and that will happen. Not a single probe died to that drop, or maybe just a single probe died. But man, look at the units lost tab this game. It's been 50 SCVs dead, 21 Widow Mines. The pickoffs has just been mental by Zest for the composition he's been using. This gateway finally gets found, but Zest's position is not that bad. I mean, look at the supply right now. Look at the Colossus that are being produced. Dream really doesn't have an answer to this. He's been unable to keep a good enough economy going to deal with this. He's now getting up an armory and an eBay, but that's significantly later than the next step Zest is taking. And once the Colossus are out, I feel like Dream's just going to be done. The Terran's going to have to all of a sudden switch gears to be the guy who's been hitting all over the map, but I don't think Zest is going to allow that to happen, and so I'm very worried for Dream. This has been an incredible comeback so far by the Terran player. A Marauder, some Widow Mines are now going to move towards the fourth base of Zest. This is a big chunk of his economy, so he does need to shut down this harassment as soon as possible. But once these two Colossus join the fray, Zest is going to be completely comfortable taking a head-on fight. The Ghost can land some good EMPs on this army, and they do. They get some incredible EMPs, but I don't know if Dream can take a fight here. Still more Zealots coming forward. The EMPs do land. It's a beautiful concave by Dream. Maybe he can actually take a fight here. The EMPs were just that good. Another one goes down. The two Colossus get sniped off, but the Zealots are coming in for a sandwich on this army. There's not much AoE to deal with the Zealots. There's just more and more kiting from Dream, but the Stalkers, they get the pick-off while this is happening. 8 probes have gone down to the Widow Mines while this is going on, so Dream is actually bettering his position in this game, as long as he doesn't die to this counterattack by Zest, but he's got to be oh so careful. Army supply very, very even this match. Zest has got a Prism he can reinforce. A big Zealot Warp, and no, Stalkers are going to be the choice. Marauders heading back, but the army of Dream is starting to fall while this is going on. Most of his supply is tied up in Medivacs as far as his army goes, so it's really deceiving. And SCVs are starting to go down while this is happening. Dream gonna have to retreat towards his third base location. He's gonna lose his fourth, which is just a massive blow. Zest's economy to the left side has been hit hard by these Widow Mines. Both these players not mining that much at this point in the game. Zest still mining a little bit more. Dream, can he consolidate? As this is where Bio really starts to gain its strength in this sort of lower army supply type situation, so things can get better for him. We see these Widow Mines do get cleaned up with a recall by Zest, so his economy is going to improve as he transfers more probes to this location. Dream's got a few Liberators out, but I feel like Zest is going to have no problem playing around this. And it looks like Zest may have sniffed out this drop by Dream. Dream, will he get the drop off? I'm unsure. Stalkers blink. Dream's starting to unload the army. He will unload most of it. That being said, he's still out on the map. Widow Mine gets a connection. We see a Colossus in a Prism moving out on the map at 19 minutes into the game, which is just kind of mental. What a beautiful, beautiful TvP this is. I think Zest really just being the player who's shining the most this game, though. Dream's working hard to try and stay alive in this game, but he's just been taking it from Zest this game, to be really honest. Now a Colossus drop is being used by the Protoss player. Dream wants to sandwich this, get this pick off, but Zest can just be like, haha, I'll go into the main base. How about that? Or I can always just recall my Prism. Now we see a counterattack going down by Dream. He's moving in with a couple of Liberators. The Stalkers are already in position to help deal with this. The Bio gonna unload right on top of these Stalkers as the Liberators set up. This is a cute play by the Terran. I mean, the Liberator now gonna be backed by this Bio. Widowmine gonna get a shot off. Probes are gonna start dying to this. Looks like Dream making a pretty nice play. Marauders do get an R8 trade out. Supply has just been so even this game. It's crazy. Army supply is neck and neck. 2-2 does get started by Dream, starting to invest in that. But I am kind of worried now. Look at this Protoss force. There's Archons, there's Colossus. The ghost count for Dream is just not where it was when he took that really good engagement. And now we're going to see Zest just being cheeky with a Colossus in a Prism. Oh, he's got to be careful with that. That Colossus already having a bit of HP shaved off on it, but it's 3 Colossus that are now going to be coming forward. Zest doesn't have extended thermal lance, which does reduce their strength. But take a look, he's now coming towards this 4th base, which Dream has floated over, or which is technically his main base. Dream needs to take a good engagement. He's going to pick off an Archon towards the north. That's rather nice, but once again, he kind of played himself, splitting up his army. Zest takes the fight initially, and EMP does hit some of the Colossus. Zest is taking a beautiful concave, though. Mines are going to burrow, but it's not enough. GG gets called after an incredible performance by Zest. Gosh, what a game. The absolute god of StarCraft. I mean, Zest just played a beautiful match. I mean, Dream really tried this game, but no, I've got no problem saying that this was just a beautiful showing by Zest, a beautiful comeback. Like, when I saw the clock was at like 10 minutes into the game, I was like, can Zest come back from this? I really don't know, but in the end, a beautiful match. I think Dream maybe could have done a little bit more. Like, by rights, he did have Zest in a compromised position, but there just wasn't much harassment out on the map as he was dealing with the constant Zealot counterattacks, and so it really put him on the back foot. And Zest understood that's how he needed to play that game to win, until eventually he did get to the better army with the Colossus. And yeah, it was just really well done by Zest. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this commentary, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, join the Discord. Consider becoming a member if you do want to support the channel. There's various perks you can check out there. All the links and everything you need is on the page right in front of you. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. My name is LaughNgamez.